That is not what I thought it was gonna look like, bro.
Me either.
Looks like somebody I know.
Oh.
You know someone that looks like that? Fuck, that sucks.
Broadcasting live from Pigs Studios in Compton, California.
CPT.
West Coast Pop Lock Podcast.
Get well, Dr. Dre.
Oh, man.
Get well. Crazy.
I just heard that and I thought that really sucked. If you guys haven't heard, Dr. Dre is suffering from an aneurysm, brain aneurysm, and he's in a critical or ICU.
Well, I just read that he was lucid and that he was apparently all right.
Well, I heard that it was COVID. That's what I heard.
Everything is COVID.
Maybe.
Ooh, sounds
But good for
magical.
Dr. Dre. Let's hope he has a quick recovery so he could not make any more songs.
He hasn't. He hasn't done anything.
I don't want to hear it.
When was the last time you ever made anything?
It was not long enough ago. I'll guarantee you whatever the last thing wasn't very good.
It was
You know what the last thing that was Dr. Dre that I know about was that documentary on HBO with Jimmy Iovine that was fucking spectacular. God damn, that was good.
I don't think I saw that at all.
Oh, you forget about like how many different like versions of Dr. Dre there's been. Like this fool had a whole lot of careers inside his one career where he was down and out and came back like a gang of fucking times.
Yeah.
I just recently got introduced to all the stuff he was doing before the whole NWA. So
Like the World Class Wrecking Crew?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's some good shit.
Look at like 80s, the West Coast hip hop of like 83, 84 is like, oh, it's so sad. Like disco fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Like the East Coast was making like bangers, like inventing hip hop, and we're out here with makeup on, dancing around like some jackasses, man. It was such a
But then
bummer.
we came strong.
100%. Like, but it was the rollout was pretty weak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was even like dudes that would be considered. Because like even a lot of those dudes in those groups were like street guys, but didn't want to. Were trying to get away from that, so they went in there and like, all right, let's not be street guys. When it actually took off was when they were like, fuck that, like we're fucking street guys. You know?
Yeah.
Like, not gonna make some dancing music. This is fucking bullshit.
Well, we didn't introduce.
I know
our
we started
guest.
fucking screaming
Yeah.
automatically like, as soon as we fucking started.
We got a guest in tonight, Harris David,
What's up, everybody?
also known as Hungry Harris,
Hungry Harris.
on Instagram, right?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
checks out. You can check out his Instagram, and he likes to, dabble in LA food,
LA
whether
foods.
street, everything. Not
Cool
just street.
shit.
Yeah.
The mom and pop spot.
Well,
Yeah.
True, but if as an outsider looking at it, it's like cool shit. The cool shit that you don't know about. Like here's some cool mom and pop shit that you should know about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
Like
I'm
here's
trying
here's some cool ass shit that I know about that you should, or that I just found out about and I checked it out. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely
Or
trying
that have been
definitely trying to
known
put some-
forever.
Yeah, definitely trying to put some people on the stuff and trying to, I don't know, man, like those commercial restaurants get they get all the attention and we forget about the little corner spots, So
Sure.
that's-
And
I
you have a
feel like-
podcast as well.
I had one, yeah. We took a break. It's on hiatus. But
I enjoyed it. I was listening to it for a while.
yeah, the
It
food
was
and
good.
beverage podcast with my homie Ruben.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get that up and going again. But yeah, that was fun.
No, definitely. I enjoyed it. You had a lot of cool. There was more with beer though, as opposed to food. I mean, at least the ones that I listened to had a lot of like,
Yeah.
there was a lot of beer involved.
Yeah. Ruben's a beer for sure, a beer head, and we were getting beer shipped from like Texas, and taste them taste them live and real time reactions and stuff. Yeah, it was fun, man.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I think you guys had good chemistry on that show, man.
Thank you.
If you want to listen to it, where can we find it?
It's still on iTunes and Spotify. The Food and Beverage Podcast. Yeah.
That's a good name.
Thanks.
You know what I mean?
I
That's
stole
like-
that name. I stole that.
Hell yeah, good.
All the best names are stolen, bro.
All the best stuff in the world is stolen.
was-
This is not a big deal, man.
That was the name of the department I worked for when I was working at Coachella. We were the food and beverage department. I'm like, that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
Pretty dope.
That's why it's a cool name. It's like exactly what you're getting right now.
Yeah.
Like we're not fucking around. This is what you're getting. Yeah.
So when you worked for Coachella, did you choose the people that were going to be on site, like the different companies that were going to bring food? Or
No, that was already predetermined. I mean, those dudes. As soon as that year's Coachella ends, like the wheels already turning for next year. So I had no part at all. I kind of just joined that team and took a nice ride. It was fun.
So what do you do when you're on site?
So I was working. So it's the whole grounds are separated into these sections, and we had a section with. We were working with Postmates. So it was the first year that you were able to like check out the show and, order something on Postmates. It gives you a time to go pick it up. That way you're not standing in line all day.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was working with a few of the kitchens that were working with Postmates. And so we were running like 4 or 5 kitchens at once.
I think the last time I was working Coachella and I saw you there, you're like, oh, you have to get the filet mignon quesadilla.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was
God
fire.
damn, that sounds so
dude.
good. Jesus Christ.
Because working there, I worked the campgrounds, and they gave us these free coupons. Like, here, man. And I knew one of the guys that used to work there, and he hooked me up with some extra ones. And when I saw him, I'm like, what do you think, bro? And he's like, go and get that quesadilla right now. And the thing was that not a lot of people knew about it.
No, because, you see quesadilla,
Sure.
Whatever. Especially Latin dude. Like, I'm not,
Right.
quesadilla isn't like my go-to thing, but I think someone else put me onto it, and like, yo, they got quesadillas over there with like really good meats.
Yeah.
And I went there like, they had a few. They had like fillets. They had brisket. They had a bunch of
Just
different
such
ones.
a good idea, because I can't see it like off a taco truck or like off what you're taking like tortilla. It's a fucking cheese and whatever shitty meat you got laying around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever bullshit meat you got, let's throw it in there. And when you're like, nah, we're gonna put some prime fucking pieces of meat inside this thing. Like, you're just taking it and you're like, oh, okay, you're just gonna fuck my life up right now with this thing. Like,
And if I remember correctly, they were generous.
It was good. It was real good. You know what? The one thing I can't wrap my head around is the spicy pie phenomenon.
what's spicy pie?
There's the pizza that they sell there. It was like, oh, spicy pie, and it's like so like huge. It has its own following and shit. But it's not good.
What is it?
It's
Pizza.
it's a
Pepperoni
pizza
pizza.
spot.
Oh, I thought they were headlining Coachella.
That's
That's
It's a pizza spot that catered like they only do festivals.
Is it called spicy
It's
pizza?
called
That's what it's
spicy
called.
pie,
Okay.
Yeah. And I think we have this argument like every time we go. Is spicy pie good, or is it just because you could only get it when you're in that environment?
Sure.
So it's for nostalgic reasons.
Do
like,
you
that
enjoy it
pizza's-
because it comes along with this that
exactly.
we're doing right now?
If there was a spot like right down the street called Spicy Pie, would you be going there?
Like, fuck that place, man.
I don't know. I don't think so.
That's how I feel about the fucking pizza port at Disneyland. I think that's some fucking great pizza, and they only sell it there.
That place is garbage.
Yeah,
That
I love
entire
that fucking
place
place.
inside there. That entire place, everything they sell in there is garbage.
I just
and
like
mind
the
you,
pizza.
I eat it all. I've eaten everything in there, and every time I'm like, why did we come here again?
The only
Why
thing
did we
great
come
there-
here again?
The only thing great there's the corn dogs, bro.
Corn dogs.
Disney,
And Disneyland in general, those corn dogs are
bomb.
fucking.
Bomb.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they put like crack in the fucking.
Also,
like,
the only thing
dough.
I'll ever wait in line for, I'll wait in line for anything. And if that line, there's like 5 people, I'm like, well, you gotta wait in line
Yeah.
sometimes. Like, you
Corn
know,
dog.
like, I'm gonna get that corn dog.
Corn
What am I
dogs and apple
supposed to do?
slices.
Yeah, but yeah, the pizza I never really like wrapped my head like, oh my god, spicy. It's like, it's and you know what though? The thing is, I don't know who's out there doing stuff, but when you're drunk or you're high or some shit, pizza sounds like the
It's
go-to shit.
And I think
Perfect
it's like
food.
it's like the cheapest item there.
Yeah, and it's a
always-
big, huge slice.
It's always at the end of the night where that line's super long when you're wasted
Yeah,
already.
and there's like, the Coachella kids are like,
Yeah.
16, 17, 18-year-old, like 112-pound white kid. They
Yeah.
can share a slice. You know what I'm saying? Like 4 of them. You know what I mean? Like,
Let me get a bite of that slice.
yeah, they're on E. And, oh my god, this is the best pizza.
I don't even want to eat it. I just want to chew it for a while.
I just want to lick a pepperoni. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, that always got me, dude. But no, I went there and you put me onto that fucking quesadilla. That shit was hot. I was like, shit, this is fucking fire.
And then we shared ice cream.
No, yeah, and then also have a really good what's it called? Like root beer float,
Oh,
God damn. I would like
Yeah.
a root beer float too.
dude. And it has like the commemorative like tin and shit.
Bro, the
It's
food out there, like,
Yeah.
fuck the lineup. Whatever, the lineup can be whatever.
Yeah.
The food, like
hell, it's like I didn't see any bands. I didn't see one band, but I got 10 quesadillas. Man.
Yeah.
I'm following the chefs around like they're the artists.
Like,
oh
oh
my god.
oh shit!
Have you heard anything of like when they might come back? And because I know in April ain't gonna happen.
Nah, hell no. No, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, because I mean, like if by now they would have already sold out.
Yeah, we would have had
Meetings at least.
We would have had like an announcement this month, right?
Yeah. That's
a
crazy,
lineup
dude.
announcement. Yeah, man, the timeline's all fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy though, dude. But yeah, the food was great. You know, music's cool. You know, it depends. I mean, it's not. You know, there's
It's
a lot for different people. You know?
Like, I really think Coachella's not gonna die.
No.
But it's good for not for the entertainment industry in general, not for everybody, not for anybody in general, but for Coachella specifically, to roll it back a little bit. Like, it was getting fucking wild, and it's gonna fucking scale down.
That's true.
You know what? It's gonna scale back down, and I think it's good like to restructure and redo it and come back new and be tighter and smaller and fucking like, and then expand again. But like a contraction, like breathing, like shh, and now you know, like it's coming back.
Well, that's what I was telling Mario, because I also have an event called Michelada Roma. Was like, oh, how do you feel about it? Like, for me, we had been doing so many, and it was, I'm not gonna say it was the same thing over and over, but it was like when we would tweak it every year, and I think this last year we had off sort of gave us that ability to rethink some things, and then have people want it again and miss it a little bit. Yeah. Because I have people hitting me up all the time like, oh my, when's it going to come back? You know, when is it going to come back? Hey, man, as soon as we can bring it, we'll bring it back. Yeah. But I also think, you know, giving that little bit of time off, it refreshes it, you know.
There was no demand for a minute because it was like, I don't go to this one, I'll go to the next one.
Yeah, because we did like quite a few.
Yeah, whereas when you started out, it was like, oh, like I got to go to this. I don't know when it's going to be back.
Yeah. Now I think that.
Or people like asking who's playing. Before that didn't matter. It's like, we're going no matter who, no matter who's. And I was like, oh really? Who's playing? It's like, bitch, you better fucking just go.
But that's the thing with us. We always would step up our game on like entertainment. You know what I mean? We had some good shit like lined up for last year, but you know,
it's gonna be bad ass when it starts up again.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking kill it. We're gonna kill it, but. So what else? I mean, Harrison, we know you do the podcast, and then also we met because we both worked at K-Rock, man. And
I worked
your time at K-Rock. What you think?
Shit, I worked there. I met you like 2012.
Yeah.
If the story's correct, I think you're the one that saved me, that got me the job.
Because you were an asshole. Look, dude, there's a big room. First, everyone gets the individual interview. And then you get called back for a group interview. And in the group interview, they pull in a bunch of people that work at K-Rock. Not a bunch, but they pull, like, you know, our main bosses, myself. I was the event manager at the time. Under was it Chuck or Adrian at the time?
Chuck at the time.
By the way, no pressure at all. There's only like 25 people in here for one interview.
Yeah, no big deal.
Just small panel.
Well, so no, there was like 5 of us. It wasn't that many. And then they have questions, and everyone would ask like, "So do you like Star Wars?" And I was like, "What the fuck kind of stupid question is that?" So I'd hit him with some real shit, that shit that I want to know. You know what I'm saying? But Harris was being himself and just like, you know, not brash. An asshole, but he was
brash.
Brash. And then afterwards, we sit there and there's
like what? No, like what?
I try to when I found that out, I was surprised. Not the fact that I came off as an asshole, but after meeting all these fools,
no,
like y'all thought I was an asshole.
No, you were the assholes.
No. But afterwards, yeah. But at first,
I didn't know that, dude. I didn't know that until like years after.
Yeah,
that I almost didn't get hired.
Because of that, because of that, like, God, no, you guys are the fucking assholes. And I can 100% imagine the like quiet hostility of, oh, let's see how cool you think you are. Fucking, you were like, what? Yeah. And you were like, what, fool? Like, fuck, I'm not here to impress none of you. And they were like, oh, this guy's a fucking dick.
Well, no, he told us a story of his last job. I think it was at the Gap.
That sounds right.
Yeah, he said some kind of story that made him look like a fucking total dick.
And you're like, that's not a story you're supposed to tell in an interview.
For sure,
like, God damn.
And then so there's the yeses and the nos, and he was like, all going to the nose, dude. I'm like, why do you guys not like him? Like, you like all these other fucking morons?
Yeah.
But just because he was real and he told you, like, he wasn't here fucking hiding who he was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, nah. I said, yeah, bro. And then, like, so the mind started changing. They're like, well, you're right.
He's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good story. You know, like,
I just always wanted people to be more real than try to tell me what I want to hear.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
a lot of motherfuckers do that. And then when you get to work with them, dude, they're like, oh, my God, you're a fucking loser, dude.
If there was an interview to be like real, it was that one.
Yeah.
sure.
You know, like I'm not gonna go to that like at a corporate job and come off like that.
No, but yeah, it's a radio station. Like, you know, we want to know what we're gonna get because we worked a lot together and we worked, you know, every single day and yeah, man.
And I'm sure you were hoping that if this is going to be the job where this kind of activity, these kind of stories are going to be appreciated. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, isn't that this kind of job? Like, we're partying, right? Like, I'm fucking telling crazy stories. We're good, right?
Yeah.
Suppose, you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
because if it's not this kind of place, I'm not sure I want to work here. Like, I thought this was going to be a fucking radio station, you know? Yeah, exactly.
And then
So
for
I
the
can
longest
I
time.
can see him 100% like, why are you pussies being pussies, you know?
And for a longer time, they wouldn't even hire hot chicks before you. But when you were there, they had like a couple. I'm not gonna name any names.
You were the first hot chick they hired?
I guess so.
No. But like, there was a couple hot chicks on your crew, and I was like, you know, when they weren't gonna hire them, I'm like, why? You need fucking people to come to the fucking tent. And all the fucking people that we have ain't bringing nobody.
He's got a bunch of dudes in fucking cargo shorts standing around. It's like, what's going on, man? Like,
It was just the insecurity of the other staff that didn't want
100%.
super hot chicks on there. You know what I
or
mean?
thinking that, and it's like such a stupid thing to worry about. Like, they're not going to do, all the dudes are going to do stuff for them. It's like, all right, well, even if that happens, like, what does that have to do with you? And what does that have to do with not hiring them? Like, you're assuming these things are going to happen and inventing problems that have not surfaced. Like, you're just.
And they will happen. Dudes, especially
course.
half the dudes
Of
we hire.
course it was going to happen. It's like,
Dude, they're gonna fucking do shit for them, dude. That's just the way the world works, man.
Yeah.
Like, hot chicks get shit done for them.
yeah.
Either they get shit done for them, or people go out of their way not to do
be
something.
assholes,
To do
sure.
like, and that's the worst. When you're like, oh, I'm not gonna fucking help her because I need fuck her. She's always had everything. And like, now you're just being a super fucking dick.
But even for like dudes, there was a guy that worked at the shop in Minnesota, and we called him Pretty Matt. And it's like good looking dude, blue eyes, like buff, and would always sit like we always called him. He would sit with his arms back like this all the time, and chicks would just like and they would come into the shop, and what he was barely been tattooed, and they're like, we want to get tattooed by him, you know. and it's always been like when you talk about women to him, the way it comes through in his mind is so different than everybody else's experiences, you know. And he's like, oh, I just hot chicks bothering you all the time, wanting to hang out. Like, God damn, leave me alone, I got other shit to do, you know. It's like, oh, what the fuck, you know? Or like, how am I supposed to fuck all these chicks that want to hook up, you know? It's like, oh my God, I'm like, what
First
the
world
fuck?
problem.
Yeah, like the way he would talk about and see the world, it's like we live completely different existences. Like, I don't have any of these problems that you're talking about.
I can't relate. You're like,
I can't relate at all. Like, I can't relate to anything you're talking about. Like, oh man, they just want to hang out, you know. And it's like, yeah, oh, that sounds awesome.
No, it's crazy, man.
So finally, thanks to Steve, I got that job. And,
you got it on your own. I just needed to fucking let them know what's up because, yeah, there was just the way that shit went down there. Sometimes was like, fuck, what the fuck are you guys thinking? But you know,
yeah,
you know,
I know all too well. But yeah, man, I worked all over the place there. Was a van driver, was like an office runner, getting people coffees. Then I moved into doing like the contesting stuff, and I was handling all the K-Rock contests. Like, chances are, if you won something, you talk to me. And then I went over to like the actual, like, I was a producer for Stryker and Klein in the afternoon. And then when this whole pandemic thing, you know, they screwed over the morning show. You know, it's
They didn't screw over the money show. No, they didn't, bro. Like, hey, it is
it's
what
a
it
pity.
is.
Yeah, whatever.
They were shitty already, dude. And I love Kevin and Bean. They gave me my opportunity. But the ride was over, man. And you're not going to continue to fucking...
There's no good way to end relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, like, business relationships, like, personal relationships, like, most of the time when things end, it ends fucking poorly. You know?
Yeah.
At least for one side. One side's going like, yo, that fucking sucks.
And I see the pandemic part, but, like, for me, the pandemic... It only speeds up the inevitable because like all these restaurants that are like not really like surviving, there's a lot of motherfuckers that are because they have great food and people want to go and support it. I think a lot of them were just companies that were fucking like they were on the way out and this just sped the shit up.
Sure.
There's some, but then also like there's a lot of good spots that just
weren't set up to be able to do
exactly.
it like this.
Like their food wasn't meant to be taken out. You know?
No, I hear you.
That's why I love pizza commercials right now. Because Domino's was like, yo, why the fuck are you getting a cheeseburger? Why these foods are not meant to be delivered. They don't travel well. Like you want a pizza, like
with
why?
cheeseburger
like,
on.
But that was that's what the commercial
Yeah.
was. Like you don't want to order a cheeseburger, order a pizza with a cheeseburger.
That's fucking
because cheeseburgers don't travel well. Pizza travels well. You know what I mean? Like pizza.
You ever had French fries 10 minutes after they come out of the fryer? Garbage.
Garbage. You know, you can't have Taco Bell delivered to you. Like that shit is fucking. You know, like
if you drive through, you open it right away in your car.
Like I can't have this dude make 3 deliveries before he comes to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna get this food 40 minutes later. Like, are you fucking out here? It's gonna be mush by the time I fucking get
I'm
this.
a princess with that. I have to nothing deep fried. The burgers. No. Maybe Chinese food. There's maybe some noodles.
Look at Chinese food and pizza. They had this shit locked down since there was telephones to make delivery orders. You know what I mean? They had this shit locked the fuck down, no problem.
Yeah, they always had the little boxes, you know, the to-goes, man. Like
This shit is designed for it. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here. We're good.
Oh shit, we got a phone call.
We are getting a phone call.
What is it? That's
Oh, we got a.
What's up, Lopez?
Someone's Skyping in.
Are you gonna answer that, bro?
Trying to get to it.
Yeah.
Caller, you're on the West Coast Pop Lock podcast.
Hello? No, I guess that didn't work.
Oh, what happened, caller? Got scared?
There was a whole lot of making out for.
There we go. I think this is where Johnny starts talking dirty to the caller.
Caller, you're on the West Coast Pop Lock podcast.
Hey, fool, you took way too fucking long to answer that shit.
I know. It took me a minute to find it. You know how many windows are open right now?
Huh?
You know how many windows are open right now on this fucking screen? It's hard to get to things sometimes. I'm sorry, caller. By the way, who is this?
I'm about to hang up and call 3 more times.
This sounds like my very good friend and asshole, Zach Rabbit Lopez.
Yeah.
He twitches on Tuesday nights. He does gaming. What's your Twitch handle? Is it just Zach Rabbit Lopez?
Jack Rabbit Lopez, exactly as you see it, as me talking shit on that chat.
Woo woo.
What up, dude?
Zach wants to know, what's Super Steve's superpower? What's your superpower, Steve?
Dude, you look at I never came up with my name. I knew Lightning, the producer of the morning show.
The question.
Well, I'm about to because the Super Steve, I didn't come up with that, so I never had a superpower. No, I'm super as fuck.
Well, then
super
what's
personality.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? I used to bite like beer cans and drink like
when you had an afro.
Yeah, and so I was doing stupid shit like that. But the name was given to me by Lightning, Jay Tillis. We'll have him on the show one day, dude. That guy has fucking some great stories.
Yeah, Jay does for sure.
Jay Tillis. We should have him on the show. But yeah, the first day
if you had a superpower, what would it be though?
Oh fuck, I don't know, dude.
Come on.
Superpower.
No, you already told us what it was.
What was it?
You would be in the UFC, and you would be a fighter. You'd be the heavyweight champion, exactly like you are right now.
This size right here. Like I'd be able to take the punch of anybody and never be like just.
So just never get tired. Never get
tired.
Like,
never get nothing.
I'd be like the
That's
Chinese.
This fool said he wanted to be the UFC heavyweight champion, just rocking it right now. Just no change.
Yeah.
Just fucking get out there. Fucking, who wants to fight?
Front flipping into the stage.
Oh no, dude! Like jumping over the fucking cage. I won't even go through the door. You know what I'm saying? Crawling on my hands
Stepping
and
it over
knees.
like Andre the Giant, like
Yeah.
stepping over the top of the
Fuck
cage.
that shit. Go in there and fuck people up, dude. And you know what?
Hey,
It
you
would be
got,
the most popular
you got
fighter
entry
ever.
music set up yet or no?
What happened?
You got an entry song or what?
Me? Heartbreaker by Roger and Zach. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Because you see me coming down, you're like, I'm fucking this fool up. Hey, nah,
Fuck
dog.
this fool right
Nah,
here.
nah. And I'm coming in Ric Flair style, fucking robe, like bonkers, bro. I might even fucking just, get my hair dyed fucking blonde, bro. I'm like,
Fucking bedazzled.
yeah, bedazzled shit, like shit where you're like, who the fuck is this clown?
I can't wait for this fool to get his ass kicked right now. Like, I can't wait to see this fool get stopped
And that's what you
out.
do. Like, don't get me wrong. You guys know this too. When you see MMA shit, like even like like earlier shit or what, even now, when there's that guy with the stupid tattoos, stupid shit, you're like, oh my god, I hope this guy gets fucking knocked out.
I always root for first whoever has no tattoos.
Yes.
If there's somebody with no tattoos, I root for that guy. And then if they both have tattoos, I judge on who's got the least stupid. I vote for that guy.
Yeah.
But preferably just no tattoos. I
Stupid
just-
haircuts.
Stupid haircuts also.
Stupid
are the
haircuts,
worst.
dyed jobs, painted fingernails.
So appearance overall, they look stupid. They're getting.
I
because
want
they're
them
all
to get beat
fighters.
up. You know what I mean? If they look stupid, I'm like, I hope someone beats this
Yeah.
fool's ass
Like
right
you
now.
thought that was cool. You know,
Yeah.
you coming out here with painted fingernails, a mohawk that's 3 different colors, and tribal across your
And
chest.
and it's like you can only get away with that shit because you're like, I'll fuck anybody up. Like,
Yeah.
who wants to talk shit?
And
then
massive
you go in there
cauliflower
and
ears.
someone just not like, and the kid's
Yeah.
like, cut your fucking hair.
I would come out there with the head with scissors, bro. Start cutting people's stupid shit.
Like a hair versus hair match. Like,
Yeah.
well, we're going for the 50K plus our hair. Like, someone's getting their head shaved tonight.
Hell yeah.
That would be, you know what? That's how the UFC goes to the next levels. You got to
yeah.
start having stipulations in some of these fights. Hair versus hair, tattoos. You got to tattoo the dude's name on them. Like, fucking, we got to really start upping the ante on this shit. Like, money's not enough anymore. You know what I mean? We got to start really. It's not enough to bring in the viewers. Like, we got to start really. There's gonna be permanent damage done to somebody that's coming up.
If I remember when UFC first started, there was no weight classes, right?
No.
It was just
it was
like,
just who's-
I want to fight you, and then we fight.
No,
you know?
and it was one day. So you fought like 7 times one
Yeah,
day.
it was a tournament, like 16
Yeah.
dudes. So you fight 4 times in one. And you fight
I
4
don't
times
remember
in
that
one day.
part.
No, yeah, that's how it went.
So the
And
way,
it was like a boxer.
yeah, the way it started, what the UFC was, how it was. This was not a sport. What this was an advertisement for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Like that it was all set up by the Gracie families out of Torrance, California. It was all set up. They were going to show that we're going to put in, and they stuck Hoist in there. Hoist is a 185-pound dude with no muscle tone and just like all, and looks like the goofiest fucking dude on earth. And they stuck him in there against dudes who had no idea what jiu-jitsu was. It just chokes everybody to death. And they're like, holy fuck. What the fuck just happened? And so, because that's what they used to do at the Gracie gym all the time. They had an open invitation. If you want to come in and fight, come in and fight. Like, well, like you, whoever, wherever, show up at this gym and there's a fight for you, you know. And they would show and just choke dudes the fuck out
shit.
because no one knew shit about jiu-jitsu. That's why Torrance, Hermosa Beach, you haven't been able to just randomly fight in those cities for a long time because there was a gang of dudes ready to choke the fuck out of you if you're just stepping out of line in Hermosa, like going out of, fuck, y'all get drunk and fight everybody. You find yourself with these dudes trying to do flying arm bars and shit on you, like trying to do way out shit on you and laughing at you. It's like, oh, fuck, man.
Yeah, and as soon as people started catching on, that's when Hoist just left. That was it.
Yeah,
he packed
it
up
was
his
like,
fucking gi and because everyone was like, okay, we all need to learn this shit. And that's where it evolved.
Because it wasn't
to
a sport.
what
It was just,
No,
it was really an
It was like
advertisement
just
for
like
Gracie
a,
Jiu-Jitsu.
yeah, like a fucking, just like a, like a circus
Yeah,
fucking.
not that it was set up because it was. These were
No.
all legitimate fights, but the people that they picked all these fighters. You know what I mean? They picked everybody in there, and they knew it was a bunch of dudes who looked crazy impressive and could stand up and fight, but had no idea what they were doing once they got to the ground.
Yeah,
you know
there was
what I
like
mean?
boxers. There was one boxer with
Who had a
one
glove?
glove.
He had one glove on. He was like, "Yeah, this hand like for wrestling, and this hand for fucking punching." You know?
No, yeah,
It
there
was
was
just
some-
there was no rules. It was just get in there and fucking go crazy. One of the first ones is there was some brutal shit that went on in
Yeah.
the first few. Like it was, because I've been watching since when I first heard about that, I thought it was the greatest thing that ever
Hell
happened.
yeah.
It was like, this is gonna be.
I think I turned on by
Fucking
like
awesome.
Ken Shamrock is when I was like, oh, this is.
I mean,
That's
that
when
was
it started
still
getting
super
a little
early.
better.
That was still
Yeah.
super early. You know what I
But
mean?
it
that
was
was still
already
like
kinda
UFC
like
2
what
or
it is
3.
now.
Yeah, like
But see,
it was-
that's when they started getting guys that like Ken Shamrock knew how to really wrestle.
Yeah.
They were like wrestling guys and Chemo and even Tank Abbott. Tank Abbott, as much as people say he came off the street, he actually is a junior college wrestler.
No,
really
he was a skillful dude.
Yeah, he was like
just
a
drunk,
wrestler.
you know?
He was the original Huntington Beach bad boy. But he was a real wrestler and had been training. But you know, the gimmick was like, oh, this guy came off the street, and I think his fighting skill when they put it up there was like pit fighting. Or something like a show, like I'm a pit fighter. But he fucking kicked a lot of ass in there. You know, Tank Abbott.
That shit back at like it was the Wild West when before like in the Southern California area before MMA became legal in California, legal you could do. They would have fights where it was closed fist to the body, open hand to the face,
Oh my gosh.
and
Violent.
these fools were getting the fuck slapped out of them. You know what I mean? Like just getting straight palm struck, like, but just coming across. I saw a couple dudes just get knocked from like cupping their hand and get slapped in the ear, and you see these dudes all like, like, but just seeing dudes get the slap fucked out of them, where it's like, oh, holy shit, man.
Well, that was a tangent.
Yeah.
But we go off, man. But like, okay, back to the K-Rock thing, man.
Oh
like,
yeah.
You
What were we talking about?
Well, no, yeah, but like your experience on, because I was on a different, in the morning show. How was your experience with like Striker? I think Striker was awesome, dude. Like on middays,
Yeah.
by himself. I liked him by himself. I just thought he had that charisma. But I was always been a fan of Strikers. I was a cool dude.
No, I mean those two dudes were Striker and Klein were super cool.
I never met Klein.
It was proposed to me like when I was still doing contesting stuff. Like, hey, would you have any interest in working with these guys? And I'm like, absolutely. Like, A, I was tired of what I was doing, and then B, I'm like, I get to actually like work with on-air people. Like, hell yeah. I work at a radio station. Like, let's do radio stuff. So yeah, I jumped on their team and pitched ideas and found news stories for them to talk about. And the shitty part was like, you'd pitch them something. And it's like, I wanted to play out like this, but you pitch it to them and they have their own idea, and it's like, oh, damn it, my idea was so much better. You know what I mean? But I'm just some dude that is helping them. So yeah, fast forward a couple months and they get put in the morning show spot, and like it was legit the same thing, but like you felt like the pressure. Sure, it was like coming off of the Kevin morning show. Like we had so many people just angry. Yeah, like dude, we had nothing to do with that. Like I had people on my. I remember trying to like shout out someone that we had talked about on the air, a restaurant by my house. I was trying to like, yo, I got my boy is doing this. We got him on the air, like just. And some lady just goes off about, fuck you guys, fuck K-Rock. And I was like, look, bitch, like, no, this is my home. Like, I don't. And yeah, it just went, like, there was this Instagram back and forth. So I was like, damn, this shit is real. Like, these people were angry.
That's hilarious.
I stopped listening to K-Rock after that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people did.
I tried listening to Klein and Striker. And I love Striker. I love Striker for a long time. I can't get behind that Klein dude. Yeah. I don't like his voice. I don't like his face. I don't like what he talks about.
I don't like
he sounds stupid as fuck. And he's on the radio. And I'm like, dude, really? This is your A game? Right here. This. But I mean, what the fuck do I know? We broadcast out of Compton, California, and they're on radio for real.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you know? We're better.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But I know, once again, for just listening to radio and for listening to K-Rock and what it was and what that turned into, they might have just left Striker by himself. I'd rather him tell stupid fucking stories of what he did to whatever the fuck versus this guy.
I liked the dynamic because for the longest, and maybe Steve, I don't know if you agree with me, but like Striker was like untouchable. Like you don't talk about Striker. Like Striker is like, other than Kevin and Bean,
that was like the homegrown.
Striker was the dude, like, and then Klein came along, and then you fight like he just starts poking fun at him at Stryker, and you're like, well, you're not supposed to do that. What are you doing? Like that's the K-Rock guy.
Golden Boy, yeah.
And I think off of that dynamic, I'm like, dude, okay, like I can get down with this, because then it just started.
But plus that, like for a morning show, it kind of has to be two people. Like it kind of has to be. Like, it can't be just one dude out there.
Right.
Like you need that sounding board to bounce off of. Like even Howard Stern is not. That's not a one man show. You know, I mean, there's a gang of people there like to bounce shit off of. It had like you need. Yeah.
Yes, but you didn't need that guy. You know what I'm saying? Because I had heard Stryker before, like when he filled in a few times for Kevin and Bean, and I had heard him, and I was like, oh, it doesn't sound bad. Doesn't sound bad. And you're right. I always liked Stryker by himself. I would have rather, this is just my opinion, I would have rather just given Stryker the opportunity, especially if this is, because this is his career, dude. Like, from here, where do you go? Back to fucking afternoons? No, you're done.
Yeah.
Or you're going to go somewhere else. Yeah. You know, and he's already done that. He's gone and come back, and you know, so I would have rather given him his opportunity to make his own cast. And if you're gonna go out, you're gonna go out on your, because they put Klein with them.
I don't know the story of how
they came together.
How they came together. Or, I mean, Klein was supposed to have a morning show in San Diego, and then he tweeted something that wasn't. He tweeted
he got canceled.
A not good tweet, and he got canceled.
Cancel culture.
So yeah, he was on, like, his whole thing was on pause for a minute until whether it was on purpose or on accident, but yeah, then they came together. But it was after that, his show in San Diego getting canceled that brought them together.
That's actually kind of crazy that, like, hey, this guy got in trouble for something really bad. Hey, let's hire that guy. That makes a lot of fucking sense.
Yeah.
And then let's fire everyone in the fucking morning. Yeah.
You know,
But, okay.
Sometimes it's time for a change.
Yeah.
No, I mean, hey, again, I love me some Kevin and Bean, dude. Both guys are awesome, Ralph, everybody. But there comes a time, dude. Even my time was like, hey, I met my time and that was it. And then, you know, Ralph met his, Lisa May met hers, Bean jammed. Eventually, you know, like you got to draft a new quarterback, bro. Like, Joe Montana can't always play for the fucking 49ers, dude. You know, he had to go to the Chiefs.
To the Chiefs.
Now, I've been following everyone sporadically, and I saw that Bean's doing a podcast with Allie, I believe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw fucking Kevin doing something with Psycho Mike now.
Yeah, the good news or something. But he has COVID, so they had to push back
Who
the
has
start.
Wait, who has COVID?
Kevin.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Drew.
Second time.
Second time getting COVID.
God damn it.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dr. Drew has
Crazy.
COVID right now.
I believe Bean had COVID like early on.
Yeah.
Well, they're all making out. Like, how fucking, you know. But yeah, so I hope they, and then like the Dave and Omar and Johnny have the Junkie Town.
Yeah.
They have their stuff going on. So everyone's, they're doing something. Everyone's doing something. Is Omar still there?
I believe I haven't contacted any of those people, but I'm assuming he's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
he's
actually,
production.
I saw their Instagram today. Yeah, he's still there.
He's just production, so yeah.
Yeah.
And he's good at what he does. Fuck.
Omar is a beast at what he does.
Yeah.
Like, and just with the show, and then, with the corporation being a corporation and giving you 1 million jobs, like they're working his ass. They're working his ass there, dude. He deserves all the praise and all the money for what they're making him do.
Yeah, we should hit him up for a little intro for us, man.
Hell
I feel
yeah.
like he's good at that.
That's
shit.
a good idea.
Yeah, Omar, I know you're listening, bro. We need an intro. West Coast Pop Lock Podcast.
But yeah, so fast forward the show. Whatever. Like some things were great, some things I didn't care for. But yeah, fast forward to December 4th. It was a Friday, dude. I thought I killed it. Like I had produced like a couple segments myself. I had just learned how to use like Audition, not just, but like I was getting down with Audition and piecing together audio on my own, and I had like 2 or 3 like segments of my own. So after the show, I get up and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I fucking killed today. Let's go enjoy the weekend. I go to the bathroom. I get a text from like the boss. And I'm like, yo, that's not good. He's like, hey, if you're available, let me know when you're available. And I ignored it. I went to the bathroom. I came back. I did some shit. And I'm like, bro, this isn't good. Like, whatever this is.
Yeah.
So I text them back after a few minutes. I'm like, hey, man, sorry I had headphones on. I'm free. He called me immediately and was like, hey, the court, the bullshit about, we're making moves and, you're. So basically my job got eliminated. And talk about like being on cloud 9 and just some sniper taking me out. It's like bam.
Granted, I know we're in the middle of COVID, but he did this he or she did this over the phone.
Dude, this guy is out of New York.
Oh.
This
not even Skype. At least get us on your face.
Nah, hell no. I'm glad it was over the phone. Are you
kidding?
Okay. Yeah, in my opinion, that dude is not a good one. But
yeah, I've tried to break up with the chick over the phone, and she called me and she's like, "Come over, break up, you motherfucker,
we
come over."
Talk about this
face to face, and I was like, "Fuck."
But yeah, I mean,
how many years were you at K-Rock?
30,000.
8 years.
Which is like 70 in radio years.
And how many years were you at K-Rock,
18.
18?
Really?
18.
Damn.
Holy shit.
I was like the last of the our friend, the homies that worked at K-Rock. I was there the last one, and way overstayed my welcome. I thought, looking back, dude, I was shocked when it happened, but within on my ride home, I'm like, it was time to go. It was fucking time to go. Fuck that job. Dude, I was getting paid fucking minimum wage at that job, doing all kinds of shit, never really being off. Dude, talk about, I'm already kind of an anxious dude, but imagine just never really knowing, oh, fuck, I got to check my email. It's been 10 minutes since I checked my email. Imagine having to live like that all day. And then on top of that, bro, minimum wage hourly,
right.
Fuck you. So radio and that type of shit, working in entertainment, they are definitely yo, you need to be happy you're here. Don't fucking ask for anything. Right. You work at a radio station. You get concert tickets. And you get this shit. And if COVID revealed anything, it's yo, fuck all that shit. I need to get paid. I need fucking help.
Sure.
I'm fucking 34.
What is my free concert tickets do right now?
Yeah, I can get a good job and pay for my own concert tickets. You know what I mean? So, but... And I think
it's funny because that's what we all say when we leave. I'll pay for my own shit.
Yeah, and then you never go again.
Yeah, then you never go again.
I've never been to a concert after that.
Before I worked at K-Rock, I had been to one concert. And
no shit.
Don't get me wrong, I love music.
Yeah.
But do I need to see it live?
Does it sound the same live?
It was cool. Dude, don't get me wrong. I've been to a million shows where I'm like, yo, that was great. That was a great life experience. Whatever I saw was magic. But I mean, if I didn't see it, I would have just carried on.
I would have never known. It would have been fine.
Yeah. So I feel once everything starts coming back, I think I'll be all right.
It's crazy because Sluggo, I had talked to Sluggo. He's a DJ. Now he's the music producer at KLOS now, I think.
Yeah, he's up
there. And I've always thought, dude, I always thought of him as the best on-air DJ in the country. That was just my opinion. Whether people, agree with me or not, I always thought that. And I would always pick his brain when he was working for Jack. And I said, how much longer? He goes, what do you mean? I go, how much longer is this shit going to last? He goes, 8 years. He goes, in 8 years, it's only going to be people that want to be in radio. Because the money won't be there. None of that shit will be there, Steve. He goes, it will be the guys that really fucking love radio.
Yeah.
And he was right, dude. It was less than 8 years, but he was fucking right on the nose. And that's where it's going. And I sort of like that. I can't wait till it's completely just everything gets sold off and people buy little chunks here and there, and it's back to mom and pops, and then you have guys in there that are playing whatever the fuck they want.
Right, when it gets back to being independent.
Yeah.
It's so big and it breaks all apart.
Well, just like you were saying earlier about the festivals.
Yeah, exactly.
It got so big it needed to implode and grow again. And that's what I mean. I think you and I have differing opinions on radio, but I told you the other day, I think all those industries where there's a gatekeeper, there's a head at K-Rock, right? And he's telling you what you need to listen to and when you want to listen to, how many times an hour you can listen to that. And now it's nah, man, fuck you. I want to listen to Spotify. I'm going to listen to what I want to listen to when. I want to make a random ass playlist with MF Doom and then Chente and then like I want to listen to what I want to listen to.
And there's
So
a
fuck
giant
you, old
there's a
man.
giant computer out there trying to figure out new things for me to listen to based on all the other shit that I've listened to. Like there's a giant machine working here. I don't have to listen to your.
I don't listen.
Well,
I don't need the
but
man to tell me
that's-
what to listen.
But that's
to.
what I mean. Like going back to the old school, when you listen to a DJ because he had personality, and you weren't really listening to the music, you were listening to somebody that was it's almost like YouTube but not visual. Like you were listening to like Jed the Fish because he was crazy, Sluggo, guys that would talk, like the Swedish Eagle, and you're listening to these guys and you want to check out his show, just like the podcast.
Sure.
Like people want to hear us because they like to hear what we say, bullshit, talk this, talk that. And I think radio is going to go the way of wrestling. And I know we always talk about wrestling, but because like you guys always say, the independents are what making it. The smaller ones are what's fucking pushing it. And now WWE, I just watch it. I try to watch it, and it's just like it's not. But when I see the stuff that you guys turn me on to, the smaller stuff, you see the fucking awesome wrestling. You see the stuff that like is more real. Yeah. And I think that's where
the not corporate
radio,
stuff. It's the not corporate stuff. The radio will be the same way when it stops being corporate.
Yeah. And once the corporations get out of it, can't make no more money, then you'll have someone that you really like, their personality, that's playing all the shit that you want to hear.
Or plays cool music, someone that with a person like the only one that I know right now, like Henry Rollins' show on KCRW.
Yeah, shit like that.
He talks a lot, says a lot of stories, and just plays whatever it is that's fucking tickling his balls that day. It's like that's.
And you love the stories,
and that's a real radio show. Like that's how radio shows were.
And that's what I mean. Like the
me personally, like if I was turning the radio on, it was to listen to music.
Sure.
I was never I was never really into like morning talk shows, or I was not. Like it was like, dude, shut up, so play music. So like it's like it's half and half. There's a lot of people out there that that only listen to a certain radio station for the show. Like
Right.
I was not.
And those are all the people that used to fucking text you and tell you're an asshole because. But like even talk radio now, I mean, like talk radio is huge because. People just want to hear people talk for the most part.
And that, although I said that, I love podcasts, but I'll turn to a podcast when I want to hear that. But if I want to listen to me, like it's just separate things.
Well, that's the whole thing. Just being on your clock now, like all of it. Whether you want to listen to a podcast, listen to whatever music you want to listen to, you don't have to wake up at 9 o'clock every day to be able to be by 9:07 to be by your fucking radio for when your show starts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the same like with TV and other gatekeepers.
all
like,
that shit. It's all
even if radio returns to its roots, I just think that ship sailed, man. We have the freedom now to just
sailed. It sailed in a way, but I think it still will exist because like. Vinyl exists. All kinds of shit exists.
That's an example
The
that I
post
was
office
use. They tried to kill vinyl, and it went away for so long.
Now it's cool to play tapes. I've seen some people selling tapes.
What-
That's been an end thing for a little bit now.
Tapes, not cool. Tapes weren't cool when tapes were the only thing that you could do.
Nah, I
You
feel
know what I
you.
mean?
Very true.
Tapes suck.
But they made a comeback right
but
now.
it's crazy that was just the in between vinyl and fucking CDs was
yeah.
fucking stupid tapes. You know what I mean? And people love vinyl. People still love CDs. I have no love for goddamn even the packaging that it comes in, this little tiny thing that the lyrics come, they're fucking, you gotta get a magnifying glass, look at these goddamn lyrics. I get out of here, stupid tape.
No, but I'm just saying in the sense of it'll still exist because somebody will want to, and like Sluggo said, it'll be the people that really
Even
are
like
diehard.
pirate radio, like that Christian
Yeah.
Slater movie, like out there fucking pumping out shit from his van.
Yeah, and also it's free.
Yeah.
Radio is free.
Yeah, that's another reason.
So yeah,
That's why Latin radio is still big.
yeah.
Because I think like Latinos that come here from other countries and even some that have been here for a while, they're not like as advanced, you know what I mean? In the sense of like they're not gonna go buy an iPad. I'm working fucking all day working
Sure.
construction. I'm sending money back home and paying for my fucking, my Michelada Rumble tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna fucking buy, a fucking computer or bullshit. So
I
they
had to
just listen
drag my
music.
brother kicking and screaming to like listen to music like through whatever streaming service on your phone. Like this fool's like, I'll just listen to whatever music I have and fucking the radio and stuff. I'm like, are you fucking, you're like living in the 20th century, man. Like we're fucking over here in the future. Like you gotta fucking knock, and then finally drag it. He's like, oh, okay. And he's not the only one, there's a gang of fools out there that are like, I'm good, you know what I mean? It's like, you're not good. You don't know how ungood you fucking are, man. Come on.
So much at your fingertips.
Dude, even like I just found out there's so much shit that I'm like, what? What? Like it can do that? Like that's fucking my phone, all that. I find out things every day that I was like, I can't believe. Even just Chromecast, like whatever it's called, when you fucking make from YouTube and make it go on your TV just from your phone.
Oh, yeah.
That's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Like, how the fuck? That's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my whole fucking life. That I can just be like, oh, I want to show you this video. Oh, hold on. I'll just put it on the TV right now. And it's like, oh, yeah. And I'm talking on the phone, too. I don't even have to have the video on, and it's fucking on the TV.
Yeah.
We're in the goddamn future. Every time people say, where's the flying cars? Or what is it? Motherfucker, we're in the goddamn future. Take a look around. Like, we are in the future. Like, it is fucking wild.
Yeah, I still remember the first time I got a TV that allowed me to. Dude, I was putting all kinds of bullshit YouTube just to do it. I'm like, yo, check out this dog video. Like, I'm putting on TV.
I remember the picture-in-picture shit. You're like, what?
Oh,
Two
dude.
things at once?
It's like, oh my god.
Now there's picture-in-picture on my phone. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Porno and I can answer emails?
And in 4K on an OLED screen in your hand. Shit.
And that's why I got the plus.
But definitely with the change of technology, now you can get a podcast. I mean, you can listen to all the old Kevin and Beans. I mean, they're gone today, but they're never truly gone because all that stuff's out there, and that's a beautiful thing that I fell in love with radio, and that's why I started going to radio school, why I started doing production. I just fell in love with it. I mean, never got to where I wanted to get to, but I got to a better place because I figured early on, I was like, you know what, fuck it. Just how you said, I want to do my thing, and this is what this kind of turned into. So,
but like you, like, look, I'm in your. Yeah, you went to radio school, but like, look, I'm in your studio. You know what I mean? Like, look at all this because of that love for radio. It didn't have to stop there.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like me, like I was in that. I learned how to use a simple program, and I'm like, okay, I think I can do this for real now. Like I learned Audition, and I'm like, dude, like possibilities are endless. I could put two pieces of audio together and make it sound like it was one. Like, dude,
holy shit, I did it.
You know what I mean? But that's on Instagram, yeah.
But that's the crazy part, that there's a lot of people doing that now at home, doing podcasts. Like, you were on your friend's podcast, and you guys were talking Karate Kid, and you said that it was at her house, like, just,
she has a setup in her house, like, and she fucking has a gang of fools, followers on Twitch, but she has just a real cool little light setup, one camera, and I can make it happen. But when you watch it, it looks like she fucking stretches them dollars far. You watch it looks fucking cool as shit, and it's like, well, she made it happen herself. No problem. And has built that whole thing from fucking scratch. There's a gang of fools out there to build it from fucking nothing. You know what I mean? And bricked and put it together brick by brick as they went. I got my nephew's 9th birthday, and I got him a camera for his PlayStation because he wants to fucking stream. He wants to stream himself playing Fortnite, and he was figuring that. So now he's losing his mind, like that. He's gonna be a streamer, and he's in his mind. If you're making stuff and it's not for YouTube, like, you're an asshole. Like, what what are you doing? I was doing a self tape for an audition, and he was like, "What is this?" And I was I'm making a video, and he was like, "Is it for YouTube?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Oh."
That's so stupid.
What are you wasting your time for? And I was like, it's for like a TV show. And he's like, a TV show on YouTube? And it's like, no. Like, well, who fucking cares? Like, I don't want to hear about this fucking bullshit.
Dude, the crazy thing, like, explain that to like a generation older than us. It's like, yo, I can get a camera and I put on YouTube, and the first question is like, what are you gonna do? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna play video games.
I'm gonna hang out.
And they're gonna be like,
do nothing.
what the fuck are you, like, people are gonna watch you play video games? And like,
it's like, are you even any good? No, I'm no good.
And that's bad, and that makes it better.
Even if they could wrap their head around watching someone who's really good at video games, and like an elite player, I could see like why you would want to see that. It's like, oh no, I'm terrible. Like, I'm a terrible player, and people tune in and watch like. Why? It's like, I'm not really sure, but, I play and they watch. It's
People
cool.
watch. I don't question it.
I'm glad I wasn't the only old man in the fucking room, because I didn't get that shit either. And I saw that in the beginning when Twitch first started coming out. Like, okay, like a YouTube for gamers. Like, cool. I wonder who's really gonna watch. And then I hear one with their kids or nieces and nephews. Oh, they like watching other people play. Like, oh, like fuck, like you said, like fucking super, fucking gamers and shit. Like, no, just random fucking jerk offs who just who fucking. By the way, random jerk off follows Zach Rabbit Lopez on his Twitch. I don't know what the fuck he plays.
Even just like regular football, basketball, baseball, no one's watching Sunday League baseball from Torrance Park. You know what I mean? That's not, they're no one, but they are watching that version of video games, you know, just some dicks that aren't very good. Fucking, and it's just like, I don't get it, you know, but fuck it.
I think the video, that whole culture is when I realized, like, yo, you're on the verge of being washed, man. You're on the verge of being that old man. Because I remember watching like an esports thing, and they were in an arena, and there was mad heads in an arena to watch video games, and I'm like, that's fucking
losing
stupid.
their mind.
And that's what I'm like, and that's what I'm like, yeah. But that's when I'm like, oh, dude,
I'm old.
I'm getting old.
Dude, my godson over the Christmas break, he had one of those little like chocolate cocoa like bombs, like the bath bombs, but you do the hot, milk over and shit.
Yeah.
And he recorded it and put it up on fucking TikTok, and he had like fucking 1,000 likes and views, and he was like showing them like, what the fuck, dude, a stupid fucking chocolate. And dude, people were like, "Oh, where'd you get it? Who got it?" Just like all kinds of shit. And I was like,
That's funny. And I shouldn't be questioning what people are like. But I post pictures of mediocre food that I made and get like, why am I questioning this dude playing video games? Like, it's the same shit. You know what I mean?
Well, our boy Tuna, he hasn't come in yet, but he's a big Twitch guy, and he was telling me that he gets the most views when he's just has the shit on and not doing anything really, you know.
No shit.
We hung out with him. He was hanging out with my friend G, myself, and then he was on for 8 hours, and he had multiple people just tuning in, and he was just, it was like he just had it the whole day with them on wherever
That's
he
crazy.
went. And people just want to, I don't know if it's because we're so enclosed and we feel alone that we need something to make us feel.
Even before that, people like, there's a guy that my dad loves watching. That what he does is he films downtown Las Vegas. Most of the time, sometimes he goes over to the Strip, but most of the time he's just walking in Las Vegas with a gimbal and his fucking phone, like filming whatever crowd is in fucking downtown Las Vegas. And my dad watches him like he's never seen Las Vegas before. You know, I was like, we watched this 2 days ago. You know, like the same dude walking, I mean, a different video, but it's the same dude walking the same fucking places. Like, why are we watching this again? And we watch, and my fucking roommates watch, well, sometimes they would watch it, but now that only Disney World is open, it's a dude walking around, same thing, walking around Disney World and walking around the theme parks down there. It's like we watch the same dudes.
Because they miss it though, right?
Yeah.
Sure, but
they
like
miss it.
But these dudes were already doing this shit before quarantine. It's not like, I mean, maybe they're getting more views and shit now, but this was already a thing.
No, yeah, because you got to understand, your buddy that lives here can't go to Disney World, so he's just.
But he used to watch the Disneyland one when he was fucking, when Disneyland was over. He would watch the Disneyland.
I watched one about
too.
Venice Beach. Some guy that just goes down there, just like he's just cruising.
Could it also be like, you watch it like, yo, what if something happens?
That too, where you could be there.
What? Yeah, I was watching it when that happened.
Live. I was watching live when that happened.
It's like, and a lot, I mean, most of the time it's nothing, but what if that one time?
Dude, 'cause I was watching my boy, he has a Instagram page where he does, where they go to that Quema no Quema, those guys that are fucking doing burnouts in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And dude, once in a while, dude, you'll get somebody get fucking smashed.
There was one that just happened at Gardena like last weekend or the weekend before that, where someone got fucked up doing that shit.
Dude, people die all the time. Dude.
Yeah.
That was on a black I don't know if it was like a Challenger or Charger by chance, because
Something,
I saw a video where some dude got fucking rocked
Doing
and,
donuts, right? Like,
and then he hit this dude and the dude like fucking went back, and you could tell like he got fucked up.
Have you ever been caught like you're driving and then all of a sudden you're like,
fucking Fast and the Furious is around you?
Why am I still at this intersection and you see smoke?
No, I haven't got caught.
No.
It's not like, yeah, those videos are fun or whatever, but bro, when you're in your car and you're like 2 cars away from that, it's not fun.
Not fun at all.
You're like trying like, I need to find a way out. We got caught Dude, it happens in my area like every Sunday. There's like a car show meetup and
Sunday
and
fun
then,
day.
Yeah, and then the knuckleheads show up and start doing that. And I was just on my way home from Target, going down Obama, and then we're at a red light, and I'm, me and my girlfriend are just chatting, and next thing you know, it's like, yo, why are we still like what? Like why are we still at this green light? And next thing you know, bro, it's just the people are running down running down the lanes with their phones. And you're like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I pop my head out. Yeah, dude, people
It's
doing
been getting
it,
crazy
and
because they know the cops aren't coming. Like it's been getting.
It lasted for about 10 minutes before the cops came.
Dude.
But
Well, the thing is that that they go from city to city, and then whoever does the craziest burnouts at all these locations, they're the winner, I guess. I was talking to my boy about it. It's Marcus Bill on Instagram, and he goes to all of them. He's recording, and I go like, "What the fuck are you? What the fuck are you like? What is this, dude?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "It's just you're waiting, like you said, you're waiting for someone to get
Sometimes something
smashed.
crazy happens, sure.
Cars get fucked up because it gets so smoky that they fucking hit each other.
Yeah.
People get smashed all the time." He says, like all the
Oh,
fucking
bro,
time.
there was people recording like in the middle, like the eye of the storm of the dude. I'm like, yo, like I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I don't want you to get hit right now.
I don't want to see that. Like I don't. If the cops come, like, do I have to like
You're
be
a witness
questioned? I don't
to
want to.
murder.
Yeah, I don't want to. Like I don't want to fill out paper. I don't know what I got to do. I know I don't want to do it.
I want
I just want to
nothing
go
to do
home.
with any of this.
I just want to go
Yeah.
home and fuck up these snacks that I just bought.
I'm an innocent bystander. I have nothing to do with any of this.
I'm actually surprised you're not fucking up the snacks while this is going on. Because
They were in the trunk, and I was not getting out of the car.
Yeah, it's like
And now you become a part of it. Like, hey, your tickets. Bam.
What you should have done was rev your engine, get into the fucking burnout.
That would have been
and,
sick.
and then burn right through while you hit someone.
Bro, there was people. So mind you, this intersection is blocked. All 4 streets are blocked, and there's people fucking just gunning down the opposite, like on the opposite side of the street, just to like get a front row, like to see it, and like gunning it. And mind you, there's people on foot running down the street. There's chargers,
Cars that are trying to come in. And
dude,
burn.
it was just not. Again, I'm on the verge of being old. So, like, I'm seeing this. I'm like, yo, someone's going to get hurt. And, like,
Stop that right there.
Hey, no.
You stop.
Yeah,
No,
no.
hold on. They were doing this years ago in Oakland, though.
Oh,
yeah.
it's
They were
been-
doing years ago.
yeah.
They were doing this shit in Oakland already.
This shit was happening I live in the Crenshaw area, and this shit's been happening in that
years.
area for years as well.
Especially on
This
Sundays
is
in
the
all the
first-
industrial areas.
Yeah,
It's
but
just.
this just so happens is the first time that I like got caught in it.
Yeah, and that was like bonkers. 'Cause in my city, dude, I can hear it. And then like next thing you know, you go and I go, my boy, where you guys at? Oh, we were in the park, blah blah blah. And it's like, what the fuck?
Nah, not for me.
And when cops come, a lot of the people get in front of the cops so the cars can take off.
Yeah.
So what's the cop gonna do? Fucking mash everybody? No.
They should.
Dude, they came in hot.
Yeah.
Those from all 4 sides. I heard the sirens. I'm like, fine, I can go home.
And that's why
Finally,
COVID.
like, you guys
like I'm
finally-
hoping for the cops to show up.
And
Like,
that's
I'm-
why COVID has not left. All these fuckers out there.
Yeah, for street racing in their
So,
cars.
so what do you like? What's your plan, man? Like, are you just chilling? Do you have anything crazy you thinking of doing, or
Nah.
the Harris podcast, the fucking what? Like,
I do want to do something like that. I got like a mic and a mic set up and stuff, and I think for a minute, just for myself, I'm just gonna just talk and figure out, like open up a side of my mind that hasn't been exercised in a minute. You know what I mean? Because I was just for the longest, dude, for 8 years, I was doing stuff that these people wanted me to do, and again, living that life that. Even though I'm off not getting paid, like I got to check my phone, like I got to be ready. Like it didn't allow me time to like decompress, but also growing up, I always had a very vivid imagination. And it wasn't until ironically, until I started working here, like where that shit just, like, yeah, you don't have time for that shit anymore.
Take your imagination someplace else.
Yeah.
You just do what the fuck we tell you
Exactly.
Gotta be a grown up and do some work.
And so yeah, man, I want to do something where hopefully it like sparks it up again and see what comes up out of it. But I don't want to take too long because obviously I gotta make money to live,
Yeah, to be alive.
But yeah, for a minute, I do kind of want to just live off, maybe in unemployment for a little bit and just try to figure something out. You know,
That's good, yeah. And that's what it's for. I think sometimes when people take advantage of like situations like that, like unemployment and that, I don't think it's for you to stay on it forever, but it's for you to give you, especially if you're rebooting and you're starting something new.
You need a chance to breathe. Like, you need and like to not just jump from one thing to another just for the sake of jumping from one thing to another. Like, you just like. It's fucked up that people have to do that, but you shouldn't have to fucking do it. It shouldn't have to be like, I have to do this because I have to survive, even though I know I'm going to be miserable doing this and all the rest of it. But I have to be like, fuck that. Like, take the time to be able to when you can do that, take the time.
Yeah.
Go to find whatever that's going to bring you some fulfillment as well as some fucking money.
And I mean, you know, to sound like a commercial, like, these are unprecedented times.
Sure.
And if it was a time to do this, what I want to do, it's now.
Chaos is a ladder. You know what I mean? Chaos is a ladder, and it's time, like, fucking climb that ladder, man.
It's not like there's a lot of shit out there anyway. So I'm gonna take this minute. I remember at the beginning of the whole the year when everyone was not working, and I would follow my friends on Instagram and like, oh dude, just inspired at the beach or some cheesy ass shit like that. I never got that. Like, I never got to, like, fuck off for a month at a time. Like, my job never stopped.
So I fucked off for a year.
Shit. Yeah. But, yeah, dude, so, I mean, again, the grass is always going to be greener. I don't know if you wish you were working, but, like, I saw homies just get to live a fucking life, that...
Live.
Yeah, exactly, live.
You know what?
Just live, not have to work. And bro, like that was like I just wanted a piece of that, and I didn't get it. Like my life continued the same. If anything, like it got worse. You know what I mean? It became harder.
Well, I feel you on that because I think my stay at K-Rock was a little too long. But once, like like you say, hey, do I miss working? Fuck yeah, because remember, I'm not working, man. We're throwing a party, bro.
Yeah.
So I had the opportunity to create something to. Like when people say like you have to love what you do, like fuck. I mean, Mario, you went on tour, man. You guys have all been to. You fucking work with us, and it's fucking when you're doing that kind of shit and you're out there and you're fucking entertaining people and you're fucking having fun, drinking fucking beers, having fucking food. It's like it's not work no more, man. And that's what I think everyone is looking for. And when I found it, and then it got taken away for a year. At first I was like, fuck, this fucking sucks. But then I was like we said earlier. It's a moment to breathe. It's a moment to rethink and to just reset everything. And I think even with you, Johnny, I know stand-up comedy. I think this helps, especially here in LA, because a lot of the guys left. And does it reboot it? I mean,
did it help? I suppose that depends on who you are. There's a lot of people that it hurt, and there's a lot. But like I was saying, chaos is a lot. Like things are changing.
Yeah.
Good, bad, indifferent, like all that shit. Like it's different. Like the ground has fucking shifted, and we'll see. It's still. There's people making moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's people that have been making moves all through this shit, and the moves, and there'll be moves to be made once we start rolling again. Like there's all kinds. Like we've talked about the moves that I would like to make once the world starts opening up. Like there's moves to be fucking made, and.
You just got to be ready.
You have to be ready, and you have to, it would be a lot, it would be way helpful if you were already rolling before any of this shit happened. Like, if you were already heading towards the thing that you would like to do, now it's good. Like the guy streaming in Las Vegas. Sure, it's picked up because he was already doing it before any of this shit happened. You know what I mean? This was already their people where it was already their hustle, like the people that are in restaurants and stuff that are doing well. When it was already their hustle to deliver food, when it was already their hustle to do takeout, it's like fuck, we're flourishing because you've been in a position to take advantage of this, and now there's going to be different things to take advantage of as the world starts opening up. Is that like that? There's the moves that we made will become clearer as it goes. You know that like right now shit's muddled, but I do feel like I'm fucking crouched in the shadows. Like keep looking at all the different openings. All right, I know one of these motherfuckers is gonna open, and I'm ready to pounce. You know what I mean?
Here.
Like I'm ready to fucking go. One of these moves ready to be made. You know, because I'm fucking ready to make them.
I was talking to my business partner, and it's like, you know what? We got to be ready to rock and roll as soon as this shit opens up. Like, we have to be able to flip a show, in my opinion, 2 weeks, man. And I think we can. I think our crew is so tight and so organized that we've done it so many times already that we'll flip a show in 2 weeks and people will be like, fucking
And I'm
rock.
sure, and that's the difference between, I'm sure there's somebody somewhere, at least one somebody, who has the idea of, what the world needs when we open up is a show. And they're whatever kind of show it is they're trying to put together, but they're trying to do it for the first time.
Yeah.
And whenever it all opens up, they'll be with their dick in their hand trying to make it happen, as opposed to you that's been running shows this entire fucking time. And as soon as it's time to get ready to roll it again, you could turn it over in 2 weeks and put on something way better than this dude could put on in 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, you fucking be able to make it happen, no fucking problem. And that's the fucking difference.
Yeah, and I hope that, because like you said, I don't think Coachella comes back quite yet because it's so big. So then they offer me a couple mil for my show. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's set for them. It's ready to roll. A couple million. Take mine over.
It's like, look, we're ready. We're looking to license the Coachella Michelada. We would like to do this through you.
Fuck, let's rock and roll, Coachella. Fuck.
Talking about events, and I was just telling Steve the other day, like before this, like I was already scheduled to work Coachella this year. Like I was at K-Rock, like I was kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out already, and I was my first venture after that was gonna be Coachella. And dude, talk about fucking the rug slipped from under you, bro. And I know that there's a million stories similar to mine, but fuck, like it doesn't make it any less shitty for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to diminish. Your feelings are valid. Your hurt is real.
Yes.
You do not have to compare or diminish. You know what I mean? Your feelings are your feelings. Your experiences are valid. You don't need to compare them to any other dicks or try to minimize your pain and your suffering.
That shit sucked nonetheless.
Yes. You do not need to apologize because somebody else might have had something else worse happen. Like, fuck that. That shit sucked.
And by the way, that was Johnny's PSA for the week.
PSA was like, fucking, you don't have,
I was in town to look into this thing.
Let me talk to you guys. There's no need to compare your pain to somebody else's, nor to diminish yours to make somebody else feel better or to make yourself not feel as bad. Your experiences are your own, and they're valid. And your feelings are valid. Your emotions are valid. The things that you've gone through in life are valid. And you don't need to diminish them when you compare them to somebody else's pain or what they've gone through in life or their hurdles. Your experiences are your experiences, and they're valid. And you're loved and beautiful and worthy of all the gifts that the universe has for you.
Yeah, that was a mega PSA.
Man, oh my God. I feel I'm talking that talk. Talk that talk. Spirit's coming through me.
Ayahuasca spirit.
I will tell you one thing. As busy as I can get, we were on the road with Steve. We were doing the podcast. I do a nightclub. I do 2 nightclubs a month. And then my day job, which is I work a regular 40-hour-a-week day job. And then whatever else I do, whatever. So when everything got stopped, everything was like it was like hitting a brick wall. Like, whoa, wait a minute, what the fuck? What just happened? And I wasn't mentally prepared to stopping completely because I've been so busy booking 4 shows a month for radio, for my radio, booking 2 shows a month, producing at a live thing.
God damn.
Not on the scale of Steve, but then I work with Steve. Now I'm working on his scale of stuff. We're traveling. We did so many dates. Last year we did 9 dates, I think, right, total with the extra.
Well, with all the extra shows,
yeah, with all the extra shows, we did 9 dates that we got to travel and do different cities. So thank you, Steve, for that's something I've always wanted to do. I've always kind of not necessarily want to be in a band, but kind of want to be in that band element where you got to travel. So this was like the closest thing to it. Like, hey, dude, I was good with that. We got to travel with the same fucking bunch of ragtag fucking dudes and just hit the fucking
dudes in a bus.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I bought a fucking bus for this.
Hell yeah.
I bought a fucking bus. I bought a van to wherever this thing was gonna take me. It wasn't like I grew up like, hey, I want to be a fucking sound guy for the rest of my life. Nah, dude, I just fell in love with it, with production and audio, and hell yeah. But after everything stopped, and I was able to get an unemployment. I was still employed, but then, dude, I was sitting at home. Dude, I got 10,000 video games brand new that have not opened, not played, because my whole problem is there's no time. Plus, now I added wrestling. There's no time for anything at all. But as I'm sitting there, not working, not enjoying any of the things that I have because I'm so worried about tomorrow. because I don't know if where I'm gonna work.
Yeah, no shit.
There's no live shows for me to go work at for all my side gigs. I'm not being hired for graphic design anymore because no one's doing shit. So I was like, oh fuck, like this got real really quick. Like, what am I gonna do when I don't know in 2 months, 2 weeks, 6 months? Luckily I went back to my 40-hour my day job, so that's great, working that. But that still sucks. And like you said, the work got harder, less people, stupid people.
Yeah.
Regular. I work with the fucking the common folk, all the regular fucking, I work with the public, so, the public's fucking great. Everyone feels like they're fucking entitled, so then just assholes every fucking day. So I was like, fuck. So I don't get to do the things that I like to do that I get paid for, except for radio.
Yeah.
On my terms. And obviously on Tuesday nights and on Sunday nights. Tuesday nights with the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast. And Sunday nights with the Pigs Radio Pigs crew, so...
Yeah, man. Want to thank you.
No, I was going to say, one last thing. We talked on something earlier, and I want to thank you for that, too. Steve is a interesting character that likes to hate on a lot of things that I like. But it's all great, because that's just how I learned how Steve is, and that's how our friendship works. It's an awesome dynamic.
It's called the truth, not hate.
But
I just hate the truth.
But I do want to thank Steve, as we were talking earlier. When I went into radio and I started radio school, I thought I wanted to be on air, and that changed fucking hella quick after I started school. Like, no, I like making the commercials. I fell in love with production. And with the whole Michelada Rumble and all the things that I've been able to flourish and grow with Steve and all the opportunities he's given me, he actually asked me to produce something. I produced it for him, and it got sent over to San Diego radio. I forgot what it was. They had a commercial that was really fucking whack as fuck, and whatever I came up with was like 10 times fucking better than that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying it's the best commercial I've ever produced in the fucking world or best commercial in the world, but fuck, made something that was way better than what he already had, and that shit got aired in San Diego. So thank you for that, because my work's never been on air, but it has because of Steve and in San Diego. So commercial,
hey,
nonetheless.
Fuck the thanks. Where's my fucking money, bro?
By the way, I didn't get paid for that commercial at all. So
that sounds like a
you got the opportunity.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, you got the opportunity, bro.
My money.
I'm sure I took you to like fucking Korean barbecue or some shit.
I think we did shakies before
it was for the San Diego Michelada Rumble, I remember, and it was the big station out there, the rock station that they have. I can't remember the name.
91X?
Yeah, 91X.
K
and they had,
San Diego.
They had some fucked up, like, I mean.
It was a white chick saying Michelada.
Yeah, she's like, come out to Michelada, bro. And it was just like,
it
just doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, she's just not, they miscast the person for the shit. And I hit Mario up. I go, dude, you got like a day and a half, bro. Like, I need you.
It was like, oh, you need something now. I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
Like, all right.
I need something 15 minutes ago. Like,
but even on the Spanish radio, I mean, some of them were like not that good because they wasn't what, you know what I mean. This is like a Chicano, like, Southern California thing, and but it is what it is. But
Sunday.
So yeah, man. Hey, thank you for coming out, bro.
Thank you,
very much.
Dude, this was fun as hell. Thanks for having me.
I want to have you out next time because Mystery Negro, what do you guys call him now?
Evo Noriega does brisket barbecue, dude. Okay. And I got one from him for the holidays. And he's like, yo, man, what do you think? Because we've been judges at KCBS events.
We should have had Harrison when we did the fucking
tamales.
When we did the tamales, man.
Yeah.
We ate the tamales from Wiener Schnitzel, Del Taco, and El Pollo Loco. We ate the Christmas tamales from.
And
those
we had to
places.
rank them. And I'm gonna tell you, who was the Wiener Schnitzel?
Wiener Schnitzel. Well, because because it was just a tamale with chili and cheese from Wiener Schnitzel dunked on it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, how could you possibly... It could have been anything under that chili and cheese. It could have been a pencil under the chili and cheese. I'd be like, that pencil is pretty
delicious,
good.
yeah.
And the other tamales were trying to be tamales. Like, the worst thing you can do is try to be something that's already good.
Yeah, like if the Del Taco... I mean, the El Pollo one. The El Pollo Loco one had, like, an inch of masa with a sliver of chicken in the middle. You know, it was just
a big... I think that was the Del Taco one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, it was just... They were trying to be real tamales, and it was just like... What the... Wiener Schnitzel was the only one that was like, we're making a Wiener Schnitzel tamale. Fuck you guys and your regular tamales. We're not trying to be your mama's tamales. We're trying to make a Wiener Schnitzel tamale. And the rest of these dudes are trying to make fucking abuela tamales, and it's like, this is garbage. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
And I think that like the Del Taco one was super fucking dry and crumbly. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're right. And the you know what helped the tamale from Wiener Schnitzel was the chili.
Yeah, that was
chili
sick.
Because I think they bought.
stupid
I think they
good.
bought the same tamale that Del Taco did,
Yeah, they
but they
had
just
the
put
same-
chili on top. It was the same one.
It's the exact
But anyway,
same
so
one.
Ivo Noriega's gonna make us a brisket, and he wants us to judge it on
Oh,
live
hell
on Twitch
yeah.
and shit. So I told him I go hell yeah. So we'll invite you back to that one. And,
I'm here.
you know, I had his brisket and it was good. If you have anything that's popping off, let us know. Come through. And it's every Tuesday night on Twitch, the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast, on YouTube, on Facebook, and you know, and hopefully you can come back and tell us what you're doing, whatever you get into.
Word. Thanks.
You know.
man.
Yeah.
Good luck on all your future endeavors.
Hey, yeah, thanks. Good luck.
It's gonna lay low. I don't know. Remember my story. I'm just gonna like lay low for a little bit.
Whatever kind of trouble you might get into. But I'm excited to see what Harris can come up with now.
I am too.
That side of the brain you were trying to describe sounded
Yeah.
kind of scary a little bit. So
Yeah, we should all be worried.
All right, gentlemen. It's the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast.
We out.
Sweet.